hope they got a glimpse of the Titanic before it ended. Wouldn't that be nice? And then a megalodon shark just got him. But, which I don't think exists anymore. But I hope they got a glimpse of it. I hope they got a little glimpse of it right as they, because this is a movie, by the way. Don't think for a minute. This is not a movie. 2 Pakistanis in there. Diversity, honey. No, not Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lord. Because now the new movie rules, get up the new movie rules. What do you need to be eligible for an Academy Award? I think you need 30% marginalized. And you got them in that tin can. The new rules to be considered for an Academy Award, you need to have like a certain amount of cripples. I believe. That's not the term anymore. People that... have issues. What do you call them? What do you call the cripple now?
Disabled?
A disabled person. I should have known that. But you've got to have like 30% disabled or other or something. Like, you got to have some different people in there. And they don't mean Eastern European either. They want, the different shades, which I'm down with. But these rules are stupid because then how do you tell period pieces and you make like a black trans person the King of England? It's like, well, that's not exactly history, is it? You're making Laverne Cox play the Queen of England. I mean, is that the answer? Does that help racism? It seems more racist in a weird way. At least 30% of all actors in secondary and more minor roles are from at least 2 of the following underrepresented groups. Women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities who are deaf or hard of hearing. Now, that's how they're going to get away with it. They're going to say, this whole white background cast, they're retarded. They're dumb. They'll go up to them and go, no, watch. And they won't move. They go, this whole background cast is severely autistic. They are all white, but they are severely autistic. We're talking Rain Man, reciting math. It's bad. I mean, there is no eye contact on this production. So please let us win an Academy Award because we're doing a movie about fucking, I don't know, whatever they're doing, right? Pilgrims. And we can't make them Lebanese. Maybe we can. Lebanese look white. It's a bad example. We can't make them anything other than like white appearing because we're making a movie about the colonists. The colonizing that everyone's talking about. That was done by whitey. So they got to be white. But they're severely autistic. Everyone in this town scene that you're watching, God, severe spectrum. Main storyline subject matter, again, to be for an Academy Award. The main storyline's themes or narrative of the film is centered on an underrepresented group. I don't even know what this means. Women, racial, ethnic, LGBTQ, people with cognitive. This is going to destroy. There's an actor watching this who's like making a face right now because he knows it's over. He knows it's over. It's over. No, it's done. It's done. This kills it. Anybody who's making anything artistic with this crap, it's over. It's not going to be able to get done. This paint by numbers stuff is going to drain this business of the last few creative people that it has in it. It's going to replace them with order takers and box checkers, and you're going to get a lot of garbage. Succession is a great show because it's about one family. Understood? You can't make Succession a show that's about everybody that's ever lived. And they all have some type of equal representation. It's about the Murdochs, who they call the Roys, a rich white family whose patriarch was from another country, Australia. I think it's Succession. It's Scotland or whatever. But So stories cannot be told this way. If they are told this way, it's going to be ruined. Now, however, this can works. You got the Pakistani guy and his son. And by the way, if they're found alive, because of how good the movie could be, they should be quietly killed. Like quietly once they get to the top. All of them should be quietly. Send the SEALs in, shoot them. Because the movie needs to end. The movie, because this could be a good one, and you have the diversity, and you have, and then you say one of them's an autist too, like one of the other white guys is, he just keeps reciting the same quote or whatever. But the point is, once they get to the end of the movie, like they're staring, they finally see the Titanic, and they see it, and they see the Titanic, and they're just looking at it, and it's beautiful. It's everything they'd imagine. It's just this mesmerizing, beautiful sight that was worth all of their lives. And they see, and it's just such a great movie because it's so controlled. It's in that thing, and it's the lead up to it, and then the descent, and then the problems, and then wondering if it's going to be okay. And I mean, it just, to me, I would see it, and I don't really get too excited about things, but as a fucking film, because we all want to here's the thing. We all want to be in the can, but not. Like, we're all curious about what's going on in the can, but we don't want to be in it. Many of us don't have the money to be in it, but we also don't want to die in however they met their end. We don't want it. But the great movies are the ones that put you in the places you don't want to be without any threat of danger. So we want to be in that can, and we want to see how it went down. And then, I would be very excited to see what they could do with this. And it's diverse, and it's about people, and it's a great movie because it's about people wanting more. They want to feel, they want the experience, they want to see the Titanic. It's a once in a lifetime thing. It's a father and a son. It's a the guy could be like, it's the great explorer who's like, I wonder if my children even miss me. And the kid's like, fucking, singing, What's My Age Again at the Blink-182 concert. Like, it's all there. You have it all. The guy's like, I should have spent more time with my stepson who was convicted last year of harassment. Instead of thinking about exploring the ruins of the Titanic, I should have been with my stepson, and then they just cut to the stepson, and he's like, I bet this is growing up. It's like all of the elements of the human tragedy are here. People don't care about you. The great things you do often distance you from the people that are near you. And at the end of the day, this guy is sitting in this can going down to the Titanic to just try to he just wants something out of life that he's not getting. And his fucking stepson is in a Blink-182 concert trying to get whatever thing out of life. That's his version of the fucking whatever, It's his version of the Titanic. Just standing at a Blink-182 concert hoping that one of these emos girls pops out a tit and, he doesn't start vomiting or do something stupid. And he's just trying to live his life, and this guy's trying to live his life in a can with this Pakistani businessman and his son. And it's the whole spectrum of the human experience in one great, sad story that's captivated everyone because it's got something for everyone. That's why everyone's talking about it, because it's got something for everyone. It has dreams. It has nightmares. It has family dynamics. It has wealth. It has money. It has class. It has adventure. These are the things that people like. It's a great story. It's so good that if there is any chance that they're found alive, they must be killed to save this trip. It only works if they die. If they are bailed out at the last minute, it is no longer a good story. It's actually annoying. It's annoying to see them get away with it. They can't get away with it. They must die. Not for me. I don't care. For the story, for the film, for the cathartic moment we're having right now. This lets a little pressure. There's a lot of people, working shit jobs who need to see a billionaire go down in a submarine every now and again. They need it. If you're working at Popeyes in the hood and you're dealing with all kinds of crazy stuff, every now and then you need to see a white billionaire eat it in a fucking submarine. You need to hear about that shit. It's good. It keeps the gears grinding of society. Not for me. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I hope they're all alive. But they're not. They're not. They're not. They died. They exploded trying to see the Titanic. They exploded. The pressure exploded them. They were just like... And they went all over the ocean. And then the sharks go... And the sharks don't care. They don't care, do they? They don't care at all. They don't care that they're eating 30% racial or ethnic group representation. Do the sharks care about that? They don't care about that at all. They're just eating. So I do believe, and I love and appreciate everyone on all sides of this, because I like when people get into things. I do like, this is like an online digital block party that we all got into for a moment. And there's something beautiful. It's got something for everyone, and everybody was kind of in it. You didn't have to know, and people were doing great content. That black chick who did some great shit about this. You find the TikTok where she's like, wait a minute, and you had to be strapped in, and you had to be, motherfucker, like, she did it. I don't know what she was, but I was laughing so hard. This was great content. Applause to her and everyone who's using this right now to make content. All the creators out there that are using the deaths of these people that got exploded in a can that we'll never know and don't care about, and stop pretending we care. From our friends in Russia. But everyone out there who's using their creativity to really nail them, I'm proud to be part of this community. I'm dead serious, because it is, we can still have fun. We're still we don't have to give up on the internet. We don't have to give up on this stuff. It can still be fun. We can still utilize all of this technology to do great stuff and sink our teeth into these stories and learn about life. And that's what we did with this story. And I think, I don't care. This will go out Saturday. It's done for me. I don't care what they find. It's done. I've had my moment with it. I've had a beautiful moment with it. It doesn't matter if they're found alive, and they'll never be found. They'll never be found, because they're gone forever now into the depths, into the darkness of the sea, under the sea. And that's the end for them. And it's the end for me, even if there are new developments. I believe we draw the line there. Take the risks you want to take. Every now and then I take a risk. I get in an airplane to do my job. And that airplane, that's a risk. But I do it. I get in a vehicle and I drive. That's a risk. You know what I mean? For many, many years, I filled myself with drugs, alcohol, bad food, horrible people. I was around, some of the scum of the earth. I associated with real monsters. I had high levels of stress. I neglected myself and others. I neglected relationships with friends and family. I ruined my credit score. I was a bad borrowing risk. I had my license suspended multiple times. I did not pay bills. I had liens and judgments leveled against me. I I've done risky things, you know? We all have our own can. And we're all trying to see the Titanic, is what I mean. And you never know when it's going to be. You never know when your can will get called. And we all have to decide who we're going to get into the can with and go see the Titanic. This is a fact. This is all true. And you're not better than these people. You're not better than them. And you will not escape the fate. You'll meet that fate. Somewhere. One day. You'll be handing someone a McChicken through the drive-thru, and they're going to shoot you in the head. But that's going to happen to a lot of people. Now, but you see, it's not, it's, you know, enjoy the time. Enjoy the can. Enjoy the can. You don't know how long you got in the can. Enjoy the can. Isn't it going to be great when we see the Titanic? I wonder what we'll feel like when we see the Titanic. How much will our lives change? What's it going to be like when I'm out on a date with a girl and she's got her big sloppy tits out and I tell her that I went to the Titanic? She's going to rip open her pussy and say, get in here. And she's going to swallow my whole body with it when I tell her the tale of seeing the Titanic with my old man and a couple of fucking British explorers, 11,000 or 12,000 feet, 40,000 leagues under the sea, whatever. And she is going to be wet like the ocean when I tell her that. And all my friends are going to envy me. The world is going to envy me because I will know something and I will have seen something that they have never seen. Enjoy the can. Enjoy the can. It all goes to the same place.
Easter, to me, there's no like real boozing on Easter. It's Sunday afternoon. You go to church.
Easter stinks.
It stinks, but that's the classiest.
I'll tell you right now, here's how we can ruin that. Horseshoes. My family, during Easter at my Aunt C's house,
shit.
God rest her soul. This is why I have the top-rated episode.
You do, which just passed 1 million, by the way.
I know Shane and Segura are climbing on me. I know it. But I'll tell you this. My Aunt C, God rest her soul, and her husband, Uncle Bill, was a cop. Was that shooting justified? Hey. Now,
why are you bringing up old shit, Tim?
Yeah. Split-second decisions. No, they were good people.
It was a different time.
Yeah, they were good people. And, they had Easter Sunday, and my family would drink and then throw horseshoes.
Jesus.
And so there would be kids running around, and then you'd have a metal horseshoe, like, whizzing by your head.
Yeah.
And, like, you'd be in your church, and then, like, somebody would scream at you, be like, get the flat away!
Yeah.
And just sling a...
Throwing metal through the air.
But I agree with you, in theory, there's nothing classier than Easter.
Yes.
Yeah, but it sucks. And I always thought in horseshoes that I wasn't good at it because I didn't have a cigarette hanging out of my mouth.
Well,
that's what I
true.
thought. That's what I thought made the uncles that good.
It was a Heine. You had to have a Heineken.
Sure.
And a cig hanging out of the mouth.
In the throw, you had to have that.
You had to have it. And they played horseshoes during Easter Sunday. And then Easter Saturday, my nanny would do a pink ham, and she'd with a mustard vinegar glaze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which was real nice. And then she would do, the sides and stuff.
Yeah, when those honey baked started getting popular.
Changed the game.
That's a big deal.
That was like, we're going to get the honey baked, the spiral cut.
Yeah.
Woo, cheese potatoes.
Little cinnamon apples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. But I'll tell you why Easter can kick rocks. One, pastels. Get the fuck out of here.
Interesting.
I hate that shit.
Interesting. H. Foley coming out against pastels.
Yeah, he takes the hard takes, that H. Foley.
Early on in the episode.
Church is nice on
church stinks.
on Christmas. No, but I'm just saying, you have something nice on. It's the winter. You're not going inside. You're hanging out in the back. You're goofing around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You maybe got a couple M&Ms or some Hershey
It's not as
Kisses in your
proper, it
pocket.
feels, yeah.
Dude, fucking Easter, you feel like you're a used car salesman. I'm walking around in a pink blazer like a dickhead. Get out of here with that.
I will tell you one thing about Easter. There's what the Easter cigarette outside of the church.
Oh, it's nice. Grass is coming in.
There's a cold, little bit of a breeze,
A little
sunlight.
bit of a breeze.
I'll give
You're
you that.
still sweating.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, man.
still sweating, but the sweat's being cooled by the breeze.
Yeah.
And you're having a ciggy outside the church. And the priest, they're all looking at you. Go, I know what I'm doing, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm on the property.
I'm here.
I'm on the property.
They were always waiting to rip a heater.
That's
Remember
right.
the first time you saw a priest ripping a dart behind the rectory? Holy shit.
Yeah, he's like, I got to have something.
Yeah.
You know? So Easter, I think you're right about that. Easter does
The candy's whack, too.
It presents as the classic.
I don't like the candy, and I don't like, the Easter egg hunt, the basket. Hey. What are we working for here?
I know
There's
you
a-
got to give it to me.
There was only one that had a 5 in it.
My aunt used to hide these baskets so aggressively that people would start crying. Me and my cousins would start crying.
There was no baskets?
She would hide them in places. My grandfather did well, and he built his own house in Muttontown, Long Island, which is an area where Jennifer Lopez lived.
Muttontown doesn't sound nice.
Muttontown's
It
it's
sounds like it's
amazing.
behind a butcher shop.
No, I know, but it's one of those things rich people do,
Sure.
where they're like you'd think it's not, but it's stunning. And he had a 5,000 square foot house, which to us was huge.
The big house.
But here's the problem: when you hide baskets, kids start crying because you look in a few places and people start getting upset now. And my aunt really liked that because she was sick.
Yeah, demented, yeah.
She didn't have children herself, and when people would start to cry, and she would just go, look harder, work harder, and we'd run up and down the stairs, and then we'd eventually find it. And then what was the treat? Nothing,
Yeah.
a couple of pastel, you get a nice Reese's duck. Reese's, what is it?
Bunny or whatever.
Easter
Those,
egg,
those
yeah.
were art. The Peeps
A
can,
Reese's egg, yeah.
Peeps can kick fucking rocks. Dude.
Reese's egg, the Cadbury. I do like a Cadbury cream McFlurry.
Love a Cadbury
in
cream
London.
egg. Love them.
A Cadbury cream McFlurry in London is nice.
Holy shit,
They're
really?
doing that over there?
Welcome to the world.
Oh,
Welcome to global.
I got to get a passport.
that's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. And
The candy didn't catch up until recently. When we were kids, it was the shitty low off-brand chocolate bunnies that were hollow.
The
And-
wax.
and
It was
it
like
was all
waxy
wax.
chocolate.
and
yeah.
it was chemical taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucked.
You had a chemical taste.
And
Not
plus,
good.
I remember
Was it a
getting
Russell Stover? What kind of bunny did you get?
Russell Stover. I'd be all right with.
Russell Stover was the one that was kind of mid-grade.
Yes.
Mid-grade, respectable. Your father still has a job.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got a Russell Stover.
You got
Yeah.
a bonus that year.
Lint is a little next level.
Lint. Who was
Lint.
getting lint?
That's I didn't have that.
I
Till, I,
wasn't
didn't have
get-
that till 32.
yeah.
A
Lint-
touch of sea salt.
Sea salt on
Forget
chocolate?
about it.
The Lint bunny is a nice bunny.
Whoa.
The Lint bunny is a good bunny.
I remember one year getting a solid white chocolate crucifix. And I was like, can I
See if you can even find that.
can I
I would
eat
love
this?
to see a solid white chocolate.
I was like, can I eat this? Crazy.
That was definitely something they gave out for the Ku Klux Klan. By the way, it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
you
dude.
can get a white chocolate crucifix.
How do you feel about the white chocolate? Tim?
Oh, sucks.
I'm a fan.
Here's what I like.
I love it.
I like it in ice cream. My favorite flavor in Haagen-Dazs is a white chocolate raspberry truffle ice cream.
That's good.
When Godiva had their ice creams, and they were only around for a few years, in the glory days of the late 90s, the early aughts, the early 2000s, they had a white chocolate raspberry ice cream. White chocolate raspberry in ice cream might be one of the greatest flavor combinations.
It's good.
But as an actual candy, I don't like it.
The only one that kind of hangs in there is the Hershey's cookies and cream.
Of course.
That's a little
okay.
different, though.
Yes,
Yeah. It was
agreed.
so classy to me. It was
Yeah.
so like you get it once a year when it comes. I love it. I think looking back, I don't know if I love the taste, but I love the idea.
There's
of
a
it.
pageantry to Easter, the flowers, the church
Sure.
and stuff. It is, in theory, classy. So we put that at number one. We're ignoring, by the way, Islamic and Jewish holidays here, not because we're not inclusive, but I don't have any experience. Do you, gentlemen?
No, I do not.
We don't have any experience.
Everybody can't have an AK-47. It just can't happen.
No.
I know people want it, but here's the deal, folks. You don't want freedom. You say you do. You really don't. You don't care that the government reads your mail. You don't give a shit that the government kidnaps people, tortures them, waives their right to a trial. You don't care about who gets Miranda You don't care that they're selling black kids.
No, nobody
You don't care
cares.
that there's
Nobody
private churches.
cares.
The
There's
only
slaves being sold in Libya.
the only thing you really care about is that you can have an Uzi. That's the only freedom you want to retain, is that you can have an AK-47 because in your Star Wars fantasy, that's how you're going to defeat Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
And it's just like, if you care, if this was a really freedom-loving country where people are like, we really want freedom, and there were riots in the streets when they opened Gitmo, and when they passed the Homeland Security Act, people were like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And when they started prosecuting whistleblowers and torturing them, if people gave a shit about any of that, I would take the Second Amendment purists a lot more seriously. But they don't seem to care about any of that. They love the cops.
Right.
All these people that love guns, they love the police. They love cops. They love them kicking in your door.
Yeah.
They love them shooting your dog in the face because you got a little weed in your fridge. They want fucking, they don't mind fucking beating 15-year-old kids that walk down the wrong street. They love the police. They love security. They love their gated communities. And they love that the cops are going out there putting guns in black people's faces. They don't really give a shit about that.
No.
They just want to make sure that they can have a small arsenal in their home. That's the only thing they really give a shit about. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Read my mail. What is it? What does it matter? Read my mail. Compile a list of people
Right.
that are critical of the government. Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. That's good. Compile a list of people that have said questionable things online. That sounds good. No, fly those death machines in other countries and blow up kids. Blow arms and legs off Pakistani kids. I don't care. I've never met them. I just want my guns. You don't give a shit about freedom. This is the thing. You don't. So I would take you seriously if you did, but you really don't. No one gives a fuck. Edward Snowden was run out of the country.
Right.
Chelsea Manning, who is annoying on Twitter, but still, they locked Chelsea Manning, this girl, they locked her in a room, and she lived in a torturous, and what was her crime? She said, by the way, we're blowing off civilians' heads.
Right.
She leaked that information. She goes, by the way, you know what we're really doing over here? And they locked her in a cage. Obama, the good guy.
Yeah.
They locked her in a cage. And you know what people did? They did nothing. They didn't
Nothing.
care.
Nothing.
They didn't care. Where was the right wing then? Where was all these gun nuts
Right.
then when
We're having a moral compass.
yeah, when she lost her freedom? Then nobody really gives a shit.
No, not at all.
Because I see all these people that are all, they're freedom and they're going to take my freedom. You don't have any freedom. No one's taking the freedoms you don't have. You have freedom to get in your car and drive to Jack in the Box. And that's all you want.
Right.
That's what people say freedom is. They're like, I can get in my car and go down to Ponderosa and get myself a T-bone.
Right.
And then go in your backyard and shoot squirrels or whatever the fuck you're doing. But I mean, this whole idea of freedom, the corporate state, and this is where I think there'll be people that are like listening in their cars and everything, and like they're kind of looking at their chick, or they're looking at their friends, and they're kind of like, yeah, I don't really, the other episode, I don't know. I don't know. The other episode, he talked about his Christmas dinner. He just shit on that. That was funny, but I don't really know where all this is coming from. And it's coming from that I performed for 4 fucking people in a deli today. So someone's got to get it. And you know who's getting it now? The corporate state. I'm giving it to them. I'm giving it to them.
Congrats to Nicholas Sandmann, the Covington Catholic student who settled a lawsuit today with the Washington Post. I believe it was a $250 million lawsuit. I don't know what. Does that mean he gets $250? What does it mean, Benjamin? Break it down, Ben Avery, legal scholar. What does it mean?
So they did settle, but they haven't disclosed the terms of the deal.
We don't know
here.
the terms of the deal, but it's good money, is it not?
It must be.
Is it big money?
It's probably really big.
I bet it's big money for Nicholas Sandmann, Covington Catholic High School teen at the heart of this is when the Native American, if you don't remember this, folks, remember you were somewhere when the world was a world. You were in your office. You're maybe eating a cold caprese sandwich. This is where you were. I know where you were. You were eating a cold caprese sandwich, which has the tomato, and the tomato had a little bit of the white in the middle because it was winter, and you don't love that, but it's the way it is because you just grabbed this from the deli in the building, the fucking food place in the building. You're eating a caprese sandwich, you're dunking it. It's got a light smear of pesto, but you needed more, so you're dunking it in the balsamic vinegar, and you're eating it, and you're really like, God, this isn't good. It's just not good. It tastes like refrigerator, and you're eating it, and then you looked online, and you saw this story about a group of red hat, MAGA hat wearing kids from Covington Catholic, a school in Kentucky, that went to the March for Life in D.C. and surrounded a Native American man and beat him to death. Because that's what I thought happened when I first saw how angry everybody was. Right. I said they surrounded this Native American man who was like trying to sing peaceful songs. Like the Native American man was like, peace to all the people in the world. I don't know why he's British, but the accents never come out the way they should. But it's good because it's a white accent and you can't get angry at that. So this is Nathan Phillips with his drum and his British accent. And he walks up to the kids and he goes, I'm a British Indian and I love you. And then the kids beat the shit out of him, stomp on his head, piss in his mouth, fuck him, not because they're gay, it's a showing of power. Fuck him, smirk him in his face, bloody him up real good, take a shit on him, and then, I don't know, and then like light his corpse on fire and all light fucking joints, and then smoked him and go, hey, fuck you, I'm white, what are you gonna do? And they all had shirts that said like, fuck you, my land is my land shirts. They had my land is my land shirts. They sang My Country 'Tis of Thee while they stomped him out. Sweet land of liver, of the sea, land that my fathers, and they were just stomping him out. This is what we believed happened. It's what we thought happened. Apparently, we were lied to again. That is not what happened. This guy was standing there, a bunch of black Israelites, who I like, and they are fans of the program. Shout out to the black Israelites. Yes, they are anti-gay and anti-Jew, but they're not anti-Tim. Because I used to do tours for in Harlem, and I would see the black Israelites, and I would stop my tour bus and make the people listen to the black Israelites scream about white people being genocidal monsters. I thought it was a nice break between the Apollo Theater and then Fifth Avenue and the Apple Store. I thought it was a nice break. We're going to stop here and listen to these three gentlemen dressed like Ninja Turtles. They dress like Splinter. And so they were yelling at the Covington kids. They were like, what are you faggot, white fag? What are you all doing, sucking each other's dicks? I bet it was good. Yeah. I bet it was good roasting. Good roasting. Of course, liberals are like, no, they weren't saying that. What? So they were roasting the Covington kids. And then Nathan Phillips came in with his the thing they have. What's the thing they have with the drum? And they go like this, and then it hits both sides of the drum. But do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about.
It's a really fun you do it, and he comes up and he's like, he's doing his thing, and he's like, I am a Native American. What is coming out now? What is I don't even know what this one is. This is Jamaican. This is a Jamaican one that just happened. I'm a Native American boy, and I don't even know how Native Americans talk. It's very slow and deliberate, right? It's like, is this it? I'm a wise Is this Richard Nixon and Nixon? It's a CIA, cocksuckers. President can't say Jew. God damn it. You don't fuck with the CIA, Bob. They've always hated me. These cocksuckers. J. Edgar Hoover, the Kennedy family. I didn't go to the right schools. Okay. So the Native American, who is not a Jamaican, a British person, or Richard Nixon, I just don't know how to do it. But you know how they talk. It's like slow always, because they know things. They're wise. They've seen it. And I forget how he would do it. He'd be like, how you are a bad white man or something. That's kind of it. You're a bad white. But then it gets a little Irish, doesn't it? Yeah. Doesn't it get a little Irish? They've been fucked over more than anybody, really. The Native Americans, sure. You got casinos. The Irish people have nothing. We just get diddled by priests and eat boiled meat and look at our wives. And our wives look like husbands, if you know what I mean. They're disgusting women. So he comes over to the Covington kids, and I believe he's beating a drum in Nicholas Sandmann's face. Covington kid. And then Nicholas Sandmann, to his credit, doesn't while out, doesn't punch the guy, doesn't do anything really egregious other than stand there and smile, as you would if a guy started banging a drum in your face. I would have fucking freaked out. I would have twerked out. If Nathan Phillips started twerking, not Nathan Phillips, Nicholas Sandmann, but if both of them started twerking, like straight up twerking, it's time for America to get even crazier. Do you know what I mean? We're on this edge of total insanity. Let's let the car fall off it. But Nicholas Sandmann just stood there as this tribal elder, was confronting him. I don't know what he was confronting him about. But I remember I tweeted, because I didn't know what was going on when it first happened. I tweeted, I went, some of these kids need to get shot, because I thought like this kid was just fucking with this old Indian guy. I'm like, why are you fucking with this Native American dude? He didn't do anything to you. He didn't do it. I didn't care that the kid had a MAGA hat or he was at the March for Life. I mean, whatever. Good for you. If you don't believe in abortion, good for you, whatever, But I do. I believe in abortion, extortion, all the ortions. We're being silly today, folks. It can't be serious all the time. Okay, we can't do 3 hours about Judge Salas and the Mossad every day. I mean, it just can't. I just can't handle it. I can't handle it. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, everybody's gonna kill you. Sorry, moving on. COVID's gonna kill you. Everything's gonna kill you. Goodbye. Next. So this kid, I thought he fucked up, so I said maybe some of these kids do need to get a shot. I like to throw a little pro school shooting one in there if I can. Mm-hmm. And so I tweeted that, and then the next day I had to delete that because I started watching the footage, and I'm like, oh, this kid didn't do anything fucking wrong, and we're being sold a bill of goods a la Jussie Smollett, whatever, by the media. They have an ideological point to make. They don't care about the facts. Most normal people agreed with that, right? But then the Looney Tunes and the people in my business and, the people that just exist in a complete state of being divorced from reality for their entire lives, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. A lot of people in my business have never met reality. They got famous at like 19. They've had money forever. They don't even understand, they don't understand how grocery stores work. They don't even understand how food comes in and goes in a package. They have no clue. They just open the refrigerator, everything's new and it's colorful and they bite it. They don't understand the world. They just think when they leave their front door, there's just people getting stepped on all the time, and they're not being stepped on by the entertainment industry. It's like oil the tycoons and bankers, and fuck them. But they think those are the only people that are doing anything wrong, and that everybody in media and entertainment is lovely. So these people refuse to really reverse course. They kind of double down. They're like, well, this guy's the white guy in a MAGA hat. He knows what it is. That's the pro-life march. He wants to control women's body. And then, people were coming out. Kathy Griffin, amongst others, were like, dox this kid, put his face. Now, if you don't know what happens when you get doxed, it's really fucked up. Okay? When you get doxed, your information's out there. You get loads of threats. Do you know how many threats I get? Because since I've been doxed, I have people going, call your mother, call this family, stop talking about our family. Why do you talk about our family? Why do you try to destroy the relationships that we have? These are trolls doxing me. Pay us back money you owe. Your license is suspended. You bought a house for $800,000 and didn't pay it back. I'm getting mail. The government wants to know where you are. So these trolls dox you. I'm happy for the first time in my life. Why are you trying to destroy my marriage? Stop talking about me on your fucking internet show. All of these trolls dox you constantly dox you. They go after you. They even pretend to be your family. One of them pretended, did one of the voice things. The thing they did to Rogan where it's like literally they can recreate your voice. Mm-hmm. I've had family members' voices recreated, call me on the phone crying, ask me to stop talking about them on the show. So that's how sick these people are. Okay? I didn't want that to happen to this kid. When you're 15 or 16, you do stupid things. I did cocaine. This kid went to a pro-life march. Everybody fucks up, you know? This kid believes that if we just denied federal funding or whatever to abortion, the world would be better. I believed if I put cocaine up my nose, I'd be happy. I was more right than him. But it doesn't matter. Everybody believes things in their teen years that don't work out. He believes in God. I believed in a guy named Hector who used to give us cocaine and then left one day. Didn't even tell anybody where he was going. Not nice. Not right. But the point is, and he left. We gave him money for cocaine. He didn't get it. He left and just gone. He's gone now. He's gone forever. Thank you, and I'll take my 8-ball when you return, sir. Sir Nicholas Sandmann, what's his name? Sandmann. He follows me on Twitter. I DM'd him. I said, good job. No, he doesn't follow me. I follow him. Follow me back. Follow me back now. I'll find a way to get all this money from you. I'll find a way to take all the money. You follow me back, you respect me, and you begin to retweet me. Pig. So, Nicholas Sandmann, they're trying to dox a kid. When you're 15, it's just terrifying. The entire media is getting ready to ruin your life. Okay? Imagine if, like, the doxing existed when I was there. Like, Tim Dillon is doing cocaine again in the projects with his friend. They're now stealing money from his friend's sister, and they're now stealing money from Tim's mother again. They are purchasing more cocaine from a guy named Buckshot, who they are meeting at the railroad station. They are going to lay down in their beds, coming down off cocaine, furiously masturbating. What a disgusting thought. They must be doxxed. They must be publicly shamed for this type of behavior. It's very bad. The next day, they will eat barbecue chicken pizza with reckless abandon. They'll fill their stomachs with it. And real barbecue, not this fucking California kind. Open pit barbecue sauce. Does anybody know? Oh, let's talk for a minute about open pit, please. Because we're going to get back to Nicholas has more money than God in a minute. I would let that Nathan Phelps, I'd let a whole Indian tribe beat and rape me for $8,000. And this motherfucker. Do you think, by the way, they look at this like the white man beat them again? You know Nathan Phelps and his tribe has no respect now. They're like, oh, good, you had to beat a drum in someone's face. Now they got $300 million. Good for, now we're just giving them the land, Nathan. Now we're just giving it to them. How about you keep your drum circle to yourself? Open pit. Google it. Get it up now. Open pit. I mean, he just, if you don't instruct him what to do, it's like you're dealing with a catatonic here. I wake up. I just want to play golf. I'm going to come right when he's golfing with Andrew Santino. I'm going to run on the course with a golf club and beat them to death. Okay? I'll beat him to death while Andrew Santino does the commentary. Hopefully Tony Inchcomb's there too. Tony can do commentary. Wow, you're getting beaten by a fat guy. Let me tell you about open pit. Okay, open pit is a reddish brown barbecue sauce. Open Pit's Blue Label sauce. This is not an ad, but I'm telling you what I like. Open Pit's Blue Label sauce has a unique flavor that people enjoy right out of the bottle. Here's why I like it. It tastes metallic. It tastes, when you heat it up, when you heat Open Pit up, it becomes something that's like industrial tasting. It is a sauce, and you put it in your mouth and go, ugh. It is the de facto steak tidbit sauce on Long Island. The Long Island official sandwich is the bacon, egg, and cheese. Yes or yes? Yes. What is the official lunch, dinner sandwich of Long Island? I just said it on the show.
The lunch sandwich? Well, the breakfast sandwich is the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yes. What is the lunch? Steak tidbits. You put the steak on the garlic bread and you chop it up. You put the melted mozzarella cheese on top and you brown it and then you chop it up so it's a little tidbit in your mouth. And what do you do with the tidbit before you eat it? You put it in the fucking Open Pit barbecue sauce, and sometimes they heat it up, and it's reddish brown, and it curls your mouth. It's like, what the fuck? It is a metallic, nasty, brackish, but it's my and my pizzeria in my town, Jack's, which was busted for selling cocaine, used to call up and they would send you a white pie. We've done this on the Patreon. I'm not repeating. Don't repeat. Every time have a different thing to say. Don't ever repeat anything ever. Don't ever repeat. So, this pizzeria would make the barbecue chicken pizza with breaded chicken cutlets chopped up. They toss them with open pit barbecue sauce. They throw them on top of a regular pizza and then throw some mozzarella cheese on top of that. And it was fucking phenomenal. So get in touch with Open Pit. If you really want to get a taste of the East Coast, you do a steak tidbits with Open Pit barbecue sauce and some fat steak fries, which are not really that good, but that's kind of the fry that goes with that sandwich. Is kind of a fat steak fry that is not that good, but the steak fry is thick and it makes you feel the pain of the Irish while you eat it. You don't get this on the West Coast, Open Pit. It's primarily in New York. So Nicholas Sam has now got $250 million. I hope this kid just fucking wiles out. I mean, we don't know if he's got 250. He might walk away with 100 mil with all these different lawsuits. He's going to Twitter. He's going to the New York Times, right? Yeah. He might get 100 mil.
Sure.
Yeah. Nice. And how old is he?
I think he's 17.
17 with 100 sticks. Respect. What has he got? Well, he's 18. He just turned 18. It said it on Twitter.
Okay.
So, ladies, you better pop that pussy like this. He's a Christian, so you better be careful. Maybe make him a chicken pot pie and sing about Christ. Whatever you can. You want to get close to that dude. He's going to have a lot of bread, a lot of cheddar. What's the new one for money? Was it guap? For a while, people said guap. I don't think they say guap anymore.
Greenbacks?
Greenbacks?
Yeah.
What are you, nuts? It's from like 94. So, by the way, after I did the Rogan episode, you know how much I love and value journalists because they write about our world. And it's so important. And a few articles are written about me. Who's this Tim Dillon? He says he sold subprime mortgages and his mother's a schizophrenic. It's like the level of research they do is like nothing. It's like, yeah, that's in a 5-minute set you can find online. Well done. And then some of them are like, he's made controversial comments. And by the way, these aren't journalists. Let me correct myself. There's like 7 journalists in America. That's why everyone's like, Trump hates journalists. There are no journalists. They don't exist. They're not real. They're like Santa Claus. They're not a thing, okay? There's a few of them, very few of them, who actually cultivate sources, break story. They do not happen. The majority of these people are stenographers. They write things they hear. They hear, and then they type it, and they write listicles and BuzzFeed. One of them was like, the top 10 craziest things you hear from the Rogan Alex Jones, blah, 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 blah. This is not journalism. It is something else entirely. And then, of course, there are, and this is very, very funny, people who put the words comedy and journalist in one job title. I'm a comedy journalist. My beat is people that make sillies. I write about them. And some of these people, like, they'll be like, Tim Dillon's made controversial statements about the Kenosha shooting, the Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And then I read what's supposedly controversial. And it's like, Tim Dillon said there was looting and riot. And it's like, no, objective reality has said that. I have repeated it because I have ears and eyes and senses. And I don't go at it with like the need to slant. I just go, I'm watching TV. I'm watching things burn. I'm watching people throw things through windows. What would I call that if I had to describe? And whatever, it is what it is. Fine. I'm not saying people shouldn't be pissed. I get it. You know? But this idea that, like, he's okay, he's made some controversy. And the controversial statement I saw was that the Rittenhouse guy was being chased. He was being chased. I think somebody had a gun or whatever. Like, and again, I saw the video. I said what I saw on the video. And then they take all these things out of context that are very, very funny. I made some very funny statements about that. Very, very funny about the family, the Rittenhouses. I said they're a bit off. And they're like, he said they're a bit. Like, it's clearly humor. And these people don't have a sense of humor. All these tech journalists, these women, or not women, sorry. These entities with, green hair and a USB port for a clit are these miserable people. They're miserable. They're unhappy. And it's my fault. It's my fault you're miserable. And then I look in Twitter and many of them have blocked me. They've already blocked me. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? Did I shoot anyone? Did I go to the protest with the gun with my mother? I don't see my family during good times. I didn't grab my family and say, let's all get in the van, go to the protest. I'm commentating on it. Tim Dillon, get it up here. Get up, Google me and see. Let's get this article up. It's absurd. Tim Dillon made, Google Tim Dillon Kenosha. How fun has my life become? Yeah. Go to what is this?
Meow? Is this
Meow? I guess this is the one. Joe Rogan puts Alex Jones, Tim Dillon on his podcast. Internet angry. He featured anti-vaxxer during pandemic. Keep going down. And then...
Control F here.
Yeah, and then But who is Tim Dillon? He hosts a podcast called Tim Dillon's Going to Hell. That has not been the name of the podcast for years. Some of his comments during the Black Lives Matter protests have received sharp criticism. From who? Case in point, in the aftermath of the shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin in late August, commenting on armed civilians, Dillon had said, quote, when the police are defunded and abolished, this will be the scene in many major cities, militias fighting each other on the street. Well, what do you think the scene will be? Compliance? Do you think everybody, how dumb are these people? So keep going down. Then they find a tweet where I say a logical, rational thing. So with these two guests on board, it is only likely that people will criticize Rogan's decision to host them. One Twitter user said, WTF is wrong with him? Ugh. There was a time years ago when his podcast had some interesting, thought-provoking episodes. Now it's just crazy town. Oh, it wasn't thought-provoking? Aren't you having thoughts right now? Aren't you having thoughts? It's not thought-provoking. You went on Twitter and started writing about it. Apparently you were provoked and you were having thoughts. Come on. There's a children in the country. We don't deserve a government or a future. And here's the good news. We probably won't have one. It's childish. We can officially count his show among the most dangerous propaganda outlets in the country. By the way, guarantee that person has a podcast that's not doing well. Anyone that's really mad at this, let's really unpack the problem. By the way, all of these people let's break this down for a minute. You know I never talk about comedy, but let me get in here for a minute. Comedy is a haven for the mentally ill. There is actually very little comedy. The majority of comedy and comedians are mentally ill people. They're sick, including me. The difference is that I'm funny. You see, if I was sick and not funny, I'd be angry because I'd be like, well, I'm sick and I'm not funny. Like, I have these obsessions and I'm crazy and everybody knows and blah, 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 and I talk about all this shit. And it's funny, and I find a way to make it funny, and that's how I survive on this planet, right? But if I didn't have the converter, if I wasn't able to make it funny, a la many of the people I know, I would be in trouble. And many of these people are in trouble. And then I would look at funny people and look at successful people, and I'd be in a blind rage, which is where these people live. They've wasted their entire life. I hate using a hack example. And I'm going to use a dumb hack example again that I've used a million times. But if I showed up every day to Ford Modeling Agency, someone there would have to sit me down and go, explain to us why you think this is going to work. Explain to us what you're seeing in the world that makes you think that we want a blotchy, overweight Irishman in any of our ads. We want Mediterranean muscle, baby. Black, white, whatever, don't care. Why do you think this is going to work? Nowhere in our do we want redness, occasional redness, unexplained redness. I don't even know why it happens. I just get red in parts of my body. My skin, my emotions bleed out of my skin. These people are going to Ford Modeling it. And I don't even know who this is, and I'm sure they're not a horrible person and whatever. I don't care. This is not like beefs and feuds. It doesn't matter to me. Maybe they are funny. No. But let's not leave this up. I don't want to fucking look at this fucking article. Let's get something fun up, like a jack-o'-lantern. But the whole thing here is be very, very, be very honest here. Is a little bit of the anger, jealousy that Joe has done something that none of these people were able to do. These people think they're intelligent and they're smart and they're too good to have the biggest podcast in the world. They're too smart. They're too smart to have the biggest podcast in the world. What a take. They're too good for success. Me and Mullen used to talk about that all the time. People are too good to succeed. They're too funny to perform in front of other people. They're too good. So the rage that these people live with all the time, they're just angry. They're just very, very angry that they've dedicated their life to something that hasn't worked out. And here's the question. Who told you to do that? Who told you that was a good idea? I bet no one did. No, when you go to Thanksgiving and you go, I'm a comedian, your family goes, thanks, great, peel the potato. No one cares. Imagine going to your family going, I'm a comedy journalist. This is a million people who want to be Chapo Trap House. You're not. They are very, very funny. They're hilarious. Whatever you think about their shit, and they talk shit about everybody, but they're very funny. You know, I don't even know who they are, but whatever. Mullen lived with one of them, the skinny woman with the cat. I think they're good. They're funny. And then there's 90 million other people, and then the red people are funny too. Red, the communist pussy. I don't know. Whatever that show is.
Red Scare.
They're good too. They're funny, right? Some of them. I don't know. But occasionally I've heard things like, I like it. Whatever. I don't mind a little Marxism, baby. But then there's 90 million fucking people that aren't funny that are just angry because things are unfair. Mm-hmm. Yes, things are not good. Do I come out here every week and go, it's getting better and what am I, Ben Shapiro? Well, actually, folks, it's actually not as bad as you think. No, I think I'm pretty honest about how fucked we are. And if you think that the reason we're fucked is Alex Jones, man, are you out to fucking lunch? How lucky would we be? How lucky would we be if the biggest problem in this country was a conspiracy guy in Texas? That's crazy. The problems are so institutional, so deep-rooted, that this selective rage in a successful podcast, having a guy on, a broadcaster, and then fact-checking him in real fucking time, I mean, that's crazy. That you would get so angry about that. But it's really about just because they never were cool. They just want to be cool. They just want to throw eggs with Johnny and Alfred. Oh, I don't know who they are. Johnny came to see me in West Palm Beach, by the way. Really? Thank you for coming. I didn't let him in the green room because of COVID. I love that now because of COVID. I go, no one can come in the green room because of COVID. The manager can't talk to me because of COVID. No, I don't have a next of kin, COVID. Go to the doctor that you got to fill out that next of kin. I just write COVID. They're all dead. But everybody wants to throw eggs. Everybody wants to put shaving cream on the car. That's what it is. People aren't thinkers. These people aren't actualized human beings. They want a hug. They want someone to go, you matter. You're valid. You should be here. And I mean on Earth. Hey, you should be here on this planet. That's all these people are trying to do. And don't think anything of it. You think Alex Jones is changing minds on the Joe Rogan Experience? You think my aunt, who's a hardcore Biden voter, is going to go, well, Alex made a good point about interdimensional lizards, so I think I'm going to go in there and vote red. No. This whole thing of people influencing each other, it's like there's such a small sliver of people that can even be influenced, And Alex is a complex guy, smart guy, made some mistakes, very clear, but this whole blind rage that everybody flies into every time Joe has a conversation with people they don't like is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for a lot of these people. I'm like, why have you not figured out that you're the entire problem, the entire reason? The Red Scare had Steve Bannon on. People went nuts. They got mad. They got angry. Mm-hmm. Why? They're having a conversation. What's dangerous about having a conversation? I don't understand. But it goes back to just social. I get. It's you learn all those lessons young. If you pay attention, you learn all those lessons young. People just want to be accepted. They want to accept each other. They just want to be, and all these people just want to be a revolution. They just want to, it's got to matter, right? It's got to matter. Can't all be shitty job interviews in Panera. Let me throw a brick through the fucking Louis Vuitton and let's do a little revolution. I'm bored. Can't all be broccoli and cheese soup on the way to some hell. I want a revolution. I want to live in historic times. I want to do something. Well, then do something. Do something, actually something. And I'm not saying, don't fucking, I know they'll come for this show. And you're going to have a lot of pandemic friendships. People are going to call you that you never speak to. And you're going to be like, am I friends with this person? And you might be, but it's a pandemic friendship. There's going to be pandemic relationships. You're going to start fucking somebody that's near you because it's a pandemic. I tend to believe that relationships aren't the most valuable when they only make themselves known during a period of absolute and utter desperation and crisis. You know what I mean? I tend to think in order to find out who your real friends are, free association's needed. The ability to leave your home. Those small benefits of being able to walk down the street and meet other people and stand closer than 6 feet away from them. So just be a little careful. Be a little careful with the pandemic collaborations. The disease friendships you're making. We get it. Don't be upset when they lift the travel restrictions and that person travels the fuck out of your life. That's all. Don't be afraid to look at things with, your head right now as well as your heart. Oh yeah, we got to do the Afghanistan war. This is a tribute to the Afghanistan war, my first war. And I never thought I'd feel this way. Far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you, Taliban. And if I should ever go away, the rocky shores, the skies are gray. Your fucking kids you've chained to your bedpost. I read that in an article. If you can remember me, keep smiling, keep shining. 21 years of just war. It's a just war to help the pedophile warlords. We grow opium for Vicodin. Oxycontin tastes so good for sure, especially when it's grown by pedophile warlords. Nothing grows but opium and boys. was in Afghanistan. Bin Laden wasn't even there, but who cares? You people have cool hair. The Pashtuns, I think they were involved, I forget. Kabul, it went kaboom. And then we saw a group of pedophile warlords growing opium and we said, keep smiling, keep shining. You're gonna have a democracy so you can fuck kids and grow opium for the drug addicts who live in our country and lithium ion. We're gonna mine that because Apple needs it to make iPhones so that our pedophiles can look up porn too. It's about heroin and pedophilia. That's the entire foreign policy of our country. It's about heroin and pedophilia. That's what aliens would say if they looked at history. It's kind of amazing. They'd go, all they ever did was fuck kids and get high. They could have done so much other shit, but they didn't. 21 years of fucking kids and getting high. 9/11 never even happened. The towers are still there. They are giving vaccines in them now, for sure. You're a pedophile warlord. 21 years. Obama, Trump, and now Biden says we are not going there anymore. We're bringing the pedophile warlords to America. You can come to America now. Welcome. Bring your heroin. We've got boys. Welcome to America, says President Biden. You can fuck kids and grow heroin here. Ask everyone their pronouns. It's been 21 years of creating chaos in hell for financial gain. Thank you for everything. We love you, and we hope you love us. Here's to 21 more years of hell. Take that pill. It'll make you feel better. And don't worry, we'll be back. We always come back. We'll be back. But until we do, we love you. So that is our montage and our tribute to Afghanistan and a just and beautiful war. Why has there never been a documentary about the dark side of Disney World? They are so powerful. Disney is so fucking powerful. Has there ever been a doc? Have you ever seen anything? I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
I think Banksy did that thing on it.
What did he do?
He went in there to the little children one, It's a Small World After All.
It's a Small World.
And he dressed a guy in a Guantanamo Bay outfit and he hung him or like a roller coaster. He like had a hanging Guantanamo Bay prisoner, and he did it with that Mr. Brainwash.
Yeah, Americans don't notice. They think it's great. Look, there's a Gitmo prisoner. This is a good ride. I thought this ride was for faggots, but it's good. I thought A Small World was for faggots. I fought my wife, but I didn't know we were going to see Muslims get hung. This is great. That'll make it the most popular ride in the whole fucking place. They love it. Yeah, Banksy hung this Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, it was the longest line at the whole park. They're hanging Muslims in there. It's worth the wait. MTIM. Do you like that ridge? Do you like that ridge?
I have a beat prepared. Do you want to?
Do you really? Oh, yeah, you do?
Yeah, here we go.
Wow. Yo, Ridge Wallet. Are you using an old leather wallet? Just stop it. Jussie Smollett.
faker, liar, get the new Ridge. That shit is fire. Stop talking about white genocide in South Africa. It might be an issue, but I don't know. It also might be a hysteria. Wuhan. Is it a bioweapon? Maybe. But stop your fucking schlepping and get a Ridge wallet. 9/11 didn't happen. The towers are still there. Thank you.